Movie starts out with my homies and the Namekians in the process of getting gentrified yet again. No, the only thing that can save the homeland at this point is the presence of a real YN. Dende calls upon the help of the biggest crash test dummy of them all, Son Goku, to go to his hood and help his people before they start getting processed out of their apartment complexes. But can somebody please explain to me why they shot of Dende's face lingered so long for? It made me mad uncomfortable. Scene transitions though, and we peep Goku rolling up with a squad to come through for the Namekian homies. Big Green was in the back, Sigma mailing it up, wanting no part of that nightmare blunt rotation we see on screen, and then they peep that it looks like Namek was being eaten up by some kind of parasitic force. When they get a view of the planet, and I know Namekians gotta be so sick of getting enslaved by this point, fellas just stay getting colonized. This time it was by a force of Decepticons though. And right as one of the Nameks was about to get on his Nat Turner timing, Starscream shut that nonsense down immediately, mushing his face and throwing him in the dirt in the most undignified fashion. The moment he was going to get packed up, Gohan emerged and swatted away the ki blast like Wimby in the paint. That's when the rest of the crew came down as well to collect that ore farm paycheck. The way Goku pulled up had me extra weak though. Fellas started trying to negotiate with the Decepticons, telling them if they left now, there'd be no smoke. Gotta say, this felt a little out of character for Big Bro. The GOAT I know always wants problems, but I guess post-Frieza saga, he was trying to clean it up a little bit. Here's where we get our villain reveal, as Cooler shows up with a pair of metal trousers, letting Goku know that he ain't about to let this fella ruin his slave-back generational wealth, and he also needs to get his lick back for being sent to the sun.
Somehow, turned.
Somehow this fella Metal Cooler survived incineration with the help of a MacGuffin known as the Big Getty Star. I cracked up because that's really all the explanation we get too. Nothing about how this fella survived a planet busting Kamehameha while being sandwiched on the other side by the sun and being actively discombobulated. Like, what are even the logistics of that? But we all know we didn't come to DBZ for the science. Let's see what these hands are doing. And thankfully, after some brief gags showcasing just how ass Oolong and Roshi are, we do just that. Part of me can't help but laugh that Goku even brought Oolong, Roshi, and Yajirobe's bum asses along for the ride. Them fellas ain't put a breadstick on the board since Bush Sr. was in office. And even though I know Buddy didn't know exactly what threat they were facing, a part of them had to be like, this is strictly for the fashion. I'm still mad at how weak they made Roshi look though. I don't care how well programmed or tough that metal is, his old ass definitely got enough ki control to at least get on the scoreboard against the Decepticon threat. Alas, we're forced to watch him get holed out of film relevancy in seconds as we check in and see how the rest of the crew are doing while Goku and Cooler get their photo shoot for the fight card taken care of. The whole crew was having trouble boxing these fellas up, especially Krillin, who was going through it with the Jackie Chan paper knuckles and glass bones gag. He goes back to back with his nephew Gohan and gets a quick ego boost knowing that at the very least he ain't the only one getting his senzus pushed in. Green sees the two of them struggling and throws out a novel idea, suggesting they concentrate their ki into the point of attack for maximum damage. Not gonna lie, gang, I got kind of pissed because in my head I'm like, wait, y'all ain't already doing that? These fellas really just be sandbagging for real. None of them actually be trying, but the tip from Big Green did the job. And once they actually started using their most fundamental of abilities, they had a Decepticon army going up in smoke, quite literally. It was low-key looking a little Fist of the North Star-y out there, with heads and body parts exploding all over the place as the newest practitioners of Hokuto Shinken wreaked havoc upon the Tesla Cybertrucks trying to inhabit New Namek. As good as it was looking in the first half though, it didn't take long for the vibes to change, as the Tesla's number game was just too strong. Eventually Krill got wrapped up in a bear hug, Gohan got his nappy ass head yoked up by about 14 of them fellas, and when his step pops tried to enact some discipline for these menaces, feeling comfortable enough to put the hands on his son, he had a minigun to the face and was sentenced to an all hollow tips diet for the foreseeable future. As these fellas were getting mopped up, Goku and Cooler finally quit the foreplay and started knuckling up. It didn't take long for Goku to realize that Cooler managed to find all of Wakanda's vibranium supplies and his punches were doing zero work. Mad as hell about getting little broed, he powered up to try to get some real licks in, but Cooler had enough and started getting in his bag talking reckless, telling Goku he know right now he's asking himself how he even managed to run the fade with a fella this nice in the first place, giving him a nasty hit to the bread basket and sending him down below, shooting off a Planet Buster light for good measure. When Goku emerged behind him, even Cooler had to admit he was slightly impressed. That's when Goku started hopping on his own power pole, talking about, yeah, I know you like that one, nephew. That one right there is called instant transmission. Learned that after I won a dice game on Yard Rat. Cooler looked back at him like, man, shut your country ass up. I know exactly what that move is. You're acting like I didn't run Yard Rat's pockets years ago. Before Goku could even really register, Cooler was now behind him, and the two started playing a game of interdimensional grab ass until Cooler took the dub and started ragdolling Kakarot. Cooler was poised to deliver one of those diabolical knees to the midsection as he's known to do when Goku finally decided to wake up and turn yellow so we could get this show on the road. Meanwhile, Piccolo was sick of his 9mm diet and detonating an ore explosion that seemingly wrecked the entire military force of machines and decided to make his way to the Big Daddy Star to get his son back. Goku and Cooler's matchup was finally heating up as the latter was elated to get his get back on Blondie. In another uncharacteristic move, Goku looked to end the fight early, cranking up that Soldier Boy and sending a "yoo" straight through Cooler's body. What should have been a game ender wound up revealing Cooler's trump card. Apparently, this fellow was microchipped up with the big salami star, so any injury he sustained is immediately wrapped up, and the data from the ass whooping gets stored so he can't get packed up the same way, making him effectively. Goku didn't like that. He decided to test the theory, but wound up eating one of the nastiest combos in Z history. Homie got his rib cage tenderized, got the full rotisserie treatment, then mid-spin ate a backbreaker that would have made Bane smile, only to get thrown midair like that going into overtime. You know the work was nasty because Goku didn't even have time to take a blue chew, shooting off a yellow Kamehameha he had in the chamber, only to have Cooler chow down on it and get yoked up like Debo was doing folks on Friday. And let me tell y'all, this man had Goku screaming. He was putting Goku's throat through it like his name was Lily Phillips. But then it happened. We get the first appearance of grown man Vegeta in the DBZ film, saving Goku from his throat being ravaged in the nick of time. Not only did Vegeta show up, but he came correct, activating his back tingle and turning Super Saiyan immediately. The Cole family is one of a kind though. I've never heard somebody say monkey with a hard R before, and I promise you Cooler did just that. And he assured Vegeta that even with two monkeys present, the math still wouldn't be mathing. Cause with a single punch, he sent this fella Vegeta straight to Team Rocket. He bounced back quick and tried delivering a leg to the dome piece, but when I promise you, I mean he got hit with one of the nastiest counters in the series, please don't sleep on it. This fella Cooler came down straight on Vegeta's ankle with the big bag vengeance of 100 Cole family ancestors. His ball career is demolished. Then he proceeded to choke little man out. Promise you can see the tears welling up in his eyes right before Goku managed to make it over in time and provide some backup. Vegeta, with his getting hold meter at critical mass, decided he was going to crash the whole function, blasting Goku and Cooler both so there would be no record remaining of the ass whooping. That shooting Kanito though was working overtime. He missed both of them and ended up getting put to sleep and sent right into the arm of his boyfriend.
Yes, Vegeta. Final.
Before Cooler sent some eye boogers their way and the landscape went up in smoke. The plot thickens when we get taken inside the Big Machete Star and the Namekians and their immigrant visitors are getting rounded up. We learn from Claptrap that the plan is to get on their Jeffrey Dahmer timing and chop all of them up to be used as fuel for the Big Getty Star. Piccolo makes his way inside the mainframe but gets unexpectedly smoked by a projectile from someone he clearly feels shouldn't be there. We return to Goku in the brain getting absolutely mopped until Goku begging on his knees and what's left of his throat for Vegeta to cooperate with him and take this dude out. As tsundere as ever, Vegeta never outright agrees, but the two combine their strength and through a coordinated physical strike along with Vegeta, finally putting the energy blast volley to good use, they take out Cooler. That is until they look up and see not just one Cooler standing on the cliff's edge, but a whole army of them Johns looking down at him, realizing that they aren't lucky enough to have this simply be their sleep paralysis demon. They expend what's left of their energy in a futile effort to rebel, only to wake up in the heart of the big wacky star, forced to hear Metal Cooler cutting promos on him, powerless to stop the verbal abuse. MC was firmly in his bag too. This fella was out here full jigsaw mode talking about, I want to play a game, while the two Saiyans were bound and gagged in front of him. Before proceeding with the CBT, we finally get the lore dump here in the back end about what's going on with the big ghetto star. Basically, it all comes down to Nano Machine, son. The sentient AI found a way to keep itself alive by becoming a microchip. Apparently, it absorbed some of Cooler's brain matter. His evil ass possessed it, and now he's MODOK, bent on neutralizing the universe, starting with the Saiyans that ran his pockets earlier. And so Cooler began sucking up the Saiyans something crazy, and had them fellas out here feeling like a dry Capri Sun, not a drop of energy left. Plans backfired in another moment of irony, where Cooler once again underestimates the Saiyan's output, and that very energy he was looking to steal becomes too much, leading to the destruction of the big ghetto star and everything within it, helping Big Green and the gang survive directly before they were about to get their lunch money stole. While in the heart of the star, Goku urges the survivors to get to safety while he finishes the job, mustering the last of his energy, going Super Saiyan and looking to shoot a hot one directly into Cooler's heart, fueled by the fury of racism against the cool lineage. Cooler still has tricks in his bag too, and he was about to juice Goku when Vegeta came in clutch. D-Limbs MODOK, allowing Goku to free himself and shoot a hot ball of energy into the Fetty Star, saving New Namek and all its inhabitants.
Kura has fallen! I, Starscream, am now your leader. Decepticons, follow me!
Tale ends with Gohan and Team Glaze looking up at the sky of the wreckage of the big confetti star, worried that Goku might have met the big oof trying to save them all yet again. Moments later though, Goku and Vegeta come falling out of the sky like a meteor, running on 1 HP, but HP nonetheless. The gang speaks on Vegeta's immediate absence as they sought to celebrate the victory, but the only happy ending Vegeta was looking for is from Bulma. So aboard his solitary ship, we see the Prince of all endings destroy the chip that led to the manifestation of the big Teddy Star, ending the film. All in all, homies, not too bad of a DBZ film experience. Highlights for me were the presence of the Prince for sure, along with Metal Cooler giving us shade to Akira with his healing sequences, and the small moments of character comedy with the crew inside the star. While I can't call it my favorite out of the DBZ movie lineup, it's still solid to come back to all these years later, but don't get caught slipping out here like Cooler. Like, subscribe, share the video for your boy, and I'll be catching you again in the next one.